now.
Well, that can't be good. Is she gonna be better for the show this weekend? Wait, don't you guys have a show tonight?
Yeah, no, we don't have a show tonight. We have a show tomorrow. She's just been like she doesn't talk all day, and then once we play a show, we kind of just wait to see how much she can sing, and she usually cuts our set in half. But it's okay. Actually, our last show, she comes up to me before we start playing one of our songs, and she's like, "Hey, Meg, can you sing the verse?" And I was like, "No," because I don't even know the words, and she just wanted to me to like come out and try to sing. I was like, "No, that's not gonna happen. Just do your best, whatever."
So from what I've read, you're the guitarist, right?
Yeah.
And do you write all the music for the records?
No, I wrote most of the first one, but on this last one, Dia wrote half the songs, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
The new one's Black Wedding, right?
The new record called Here, Here, and Here, but Black Wedding is our second single.
And
yeah.
That's the first one. Now, who wrote that? Was that you?
That was me. That was a me and Dia song. But Dia came up with the original concept for it.
And how does that go? Like, do you guys write the music first, the lyrics first?
Well, on the ones that I write myself, it can go either way. It's not a music first or a lyrics first. For me, it's an idea that I get first. So if I just have like what I want to write about and what I want it to sound like in general, I can go either way. So it's not necessarily one way or the other. I mean, sometimes you get in this poetical mood and the lyrics just come and you have the lyrics all written out and they work well for you. And sometimes you're like messing around on the guitar and you come up with a cool riff. You know, it just depends.
That's cool. And what was like? Who did you listen to when you were learning how to play guitar?
I didn't really listen to a lot of people, to tell you the truth. It's really weird. I know that most people have a ton of influences that are, you know, all the good people like the Beatles and all that. But I think when I was learning, I listened to the Ataris.
Really?
They were around like in the early '90s, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah, I actually listened to them probably first, and just like really poppy punk rock, I guess. Like.
Yeah, they did that Don Henley cover, "Boys of the Summer."
Yeah, I actually listened to all their earlier stuff. I didn't even really get into their later records, like the Blue Skies one, and I don't know. I listened to like Blink and Save the Day and Taking Back Sunday and all those bands. So
that's one thing I wanted to comment about your sound. I was trying to describe it to someone. Would you agree that you guys are kind of like Taking Back Sunday meets Paramore in your sound?
I don't know. I guess I could see how we could be compared to Paramore because Dia is a girl, and they both, like, the guitar sound is generally similar, but I think that we're different in that it's more like quirky and kind of slower paced. It's not like a balls out rock and roll like punk rock thing, you know. Like you'll see when you listen to our new record. Our new record sounds a lot different than our old record.
Yeah, that's what Carla was telling me, and I thought it was ironic because you guys are playing with Secondhand Serenade, and I made the same comment that it sounds like you guys have a lot more balls on your record than he does, and he's a guy.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. We usually go out with bands like we went out with like Bayside and Amberlin and Angels and Airwaves, so we're usually out with bands like that. But it actually works out well playing with Secondhand Serenade because like we actually started out as an acoustic duo, so some of our older stuff was acoustic based. So I think that we could, we're like most bands, whoever we're touring with, you kind of just adjust your set to match who you're playing with, you know, for the crowd.
Yeah, no, I saw you guys actually play almost a year ago at the Roseland, opening up for Angels and Airwaves. And so, since, I mean, you listened to Blink, how was that, like, opening up for Tom?
It was amazing. I mean, the first time I met him, he was just like, "Hey, my name's Tom," and I was like, "Hi, let me find, like, my voice first so I can, like, talk to you." You know, because he's just, like, he's got such an amazing presence, and I did grow up, like, really looking up to him. But
isn't he, like, really awkwardly tall?
Is he tall? Yeah, he's super tall.
Yeah, I saw him. I was like maybe like 15 feet away from him, and he was just like really like awkwardly tall. Like I totally didn't picture that.
I didn't either. He's like a kind of like a bigger boned dude.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
And then you also played with the Color Fred. Now, did you guys talk to Fred at all, or how was that?
Yeah, we hung out with Fred all the time. We love Fred, and their drummer's his name's Steve. But one night I was drinking a little bit, and I like met him for the first time, and I was like, Steve forever! Like, I guess I was just like, you're gonna be Steve forever, or something like that. So we ended up calling him Steve Forever. So that's just his nickname now. And we toured with the Color Fred in the U.S. and in Europe. But those guys are so awesome. They're just like the most down-to-earth people you will ever meet. You know, they don't put on any sort of front. They just are who they are, and they just play music. And I have a lot of respect for that dude.
And how was it like touring in Europe, considering they don't? I mean, like English isn't even their native tongue. I mean, did you have like a hard time like getting around, or like was the audience like less responsive because you guys sang in English?
No, I mean everybody understood us. I mean, the only difference is they have an accent, you know.
No, but I mean, like, were they like, did they get less into the music? Were they like more rowdy or like less crazy as a crowd, as Americans?
I think that it depends on what part of America and what part of Europe. Like, on the West Coast, we get a lot of support because there's a lot of Asian people. For some reason, Asian people just are down with Meg Dia because Dia and I are half Asian, but I've never really, like, considered myself, like, Asian, and I didn't ever think that we'd, like, appeal more to that crowd. But